Before we round up the show, we'll take a look at the World Cup. Now, the round of 16 has been concluded at the ongoing FIFA World Cup in Qatar. We have 8 teams left in the competition, and African representative Morocco booked their spot after beating 2010 World Cup winner Spain 3-0 in a penalty shootout after 120 minutes stalemate. We have our own sports correspondent and presenter Adeni Ajishafe in the studio to talk to us about this. Well, thank you so much for joining us on Daybreak, Adeni.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Well, I would say congratulations. At least we still have one African country, Morocco, still in the race. How does that make you feel?
Well, maybe I should ask that question from you. We are all Africans now.
And we are all Moroccans.
Yes,
today.
we're all Moroccans. Yesterday, the whole continent, actually, it was like the whole African turned Morocco yesterday. So really, it was something of pride to the whole Africa. At least this time around, we have hope that one nation is actually flying the let me say the flag of Africa at the Mundial. Really, it wasn't an easy job for them. They really tried their best, but they felt that they brought joy to all the hearts of Africans, either at home or in diaspora. That alone, that pride, you feel that, okay, this nation is the only nation left, and they were able to do against Spain. You know, if it were to be maybe not so much recognized football nation, would be like, okay, but because it was against Spain.
And we saw that's the biggest upset so far in the World
Seriously,
Cup. That is the
seriously, because a lot of people underrated Morocco, and looking at the fact that the names, when you use the word paper, people were like, okay, Spain should win this match. But really, I just believe that Morocco could do it, and they did it.
Are you saying that now because they won, or because as of yesterday morning, I was also among those that were saying Spain was going to be
No,
Morocco.
I actually stood by that mentality that Morocco will win. And I remember one of the guests I featured on 360 Sports, the guest was saying he would not take his word back that Morocco will win. And really, they showed class, not as if they managed, they played Spain. Yes, if you look at the possession, it was higher, 73, 20, something thereabout. But really, Morocco absorbed all the tactics, all the individual brilliancy of Spanish team, and they were able to turn this around. Playing 90 minutes without conceding, playing the extra time without conceding, and then went to penalty shootout where the hero, Bono, Yassine Bono, became the hero of the whole Africa for the fact that, one, he actually applied his trade in Sevilla in Spain, so he knows most of these players. And aside that, I think he has so much confidence, and the technique he actually applied while he was at the goalpost showed that, yes, I'm ready for this. And it's really worked out for Morocco because nobody saw that coming concerning their goalkeeper. He was able to at least show that, yes,
three shots.
Within this, I can do this. And he did it for Africa. Seriously, he's our hero.
It looks like we have a lot of upsets in this World Cup in particular. I remember the case of Saudi Arabia and Argentina, and so what are some of the games that you look at and say, well, these were not the predictions, and it came out in a very different way so far?
Well, first of all, let me talk about 2022 World Cup of shocking moments because a lot of results that happened, nobody expected it. Yes, normally we always expect an upset at the World Cup, but this time around, a lot of upset happened. In fact, the strong nations in football, nearly, most of them couldn't make it. Look at Belgium, Germany, of all countries. They were bundled out. So their amazement, they were like, what happened? They couldn't believe it. So, well, just like you mentioned, Saudi Arabia, Argentina was the first one that happened. And it was like, what happened here? Although Argentina was able to, at least they actually got their reading back and they moved on. And you saw what happened between Japan and Germany. It was also another upset.
Japan was like an underdog.
Yes.
I mean, nobody expected that kind of performance from Japan.
In fact, a lot of people don't know that most of the Japanese players ply their trade in German Bundesliga. So they also know the German players. But because they are not high-profile players, so, when you are playing a country that has a lot of big names, people tend to look at, okay, the name first, not looking at the technicality of the game. What can they offer? Which they did. Japan were ready for this, and they did it. You understand? You look at, maybe I should come back to Morocco. Morocco, Spain, it was a game that, yes, if you look at it, you want to give it to Spain. The Moroccans were ready for this. And if you remember what happened between, also Belgium, a lot of shocking moments at this World Cup.
Did you also expect yesterday's performance between Portugal and Switzerland?
Switzerland,
it was
yeah,
too much,
maybe
6-1.
because they were both Europeans. I was expecting a kind of a balanced game, maybe 50-50 or 60-40, but it was a one-sided game, 6-1. What happened to Switzerland? Well, maybe like some Nigerians actually saying, where they have two Nigerians. You know, Spikes are not in the at the World Cup, so the two Nigerians made them to lose 6-1. Well, but from the way it is, for Portugal, good one for them, for the fact that they did well, even without their captain, that is Ronaldo. Goncalo Ramos, coming to the party, scoring a hat-trick, breaking record for himself at that age, and showing that, yes, I can do this. Just believe in me. I have this. You know, at times when they feature you as a player, it's left for you to take the opportunity. The fact that Ronaldo was actually on the bench and he was given that particular huge role to play, and he played it outrightly well. 3 goals in that particular one match that he had the opportunity to showcase his talent. That was an awesome moment.
All right. Now, what are your projections moving forward with the remaining days left for the World Cup?
Well, the World Cup is really winding up. As it is now, I'm a Moroccan. So I just hope that against Portugal, they will find their rhythm. A lot of people are looking at names now. Yes, the way they fought hard against Spain, they should not be complacent. They should not be carried away with that moment of glory. They should make sure it continues against Portugal. Yes, Spain and Portugal share boundary. In fact, Morocco, so close. So they should look at, okay, if we can do it against Spain, we can also do it against Portugal. But they should not be complacent.
Please, between France and England, who would you give it to?
Well, let them fight themselves.
Don't give it to France. Just give it to France already.
Okay, you are saying I should give it to France. I'll give it to France. Well, maybe. But really, a lot of matches there. You look at Croatia, Brazil, another big one. Netherlands, Argentina. Because of, if you look at Netherlands, they always have a very compact team. Just that, I don't know what's the problem. They don't win things. But really, they play good football. The Orange Boys are always very good team. So, Argentina should be very careful. They should not underrate Netherlands. And for Croatia, Brazil, well, that's another another game that the Samba boys, yes, they've been fantastic so far in this tournament, but they should be very careful. The Croats can just come and things can turn around. But I see Brazil, Argentina, maybe, but Netherlands can. I'm not having that.
I see France.
Actually, but because of the hype of England is too much. So let me give it to France.
Maybe we'll see more offsets. In the
I'm looking at Morocco. If they just believe in themselves,
the remaining stages that we have,
they should be able to.
We'll continue to keep tab on all of that. Well, if you want to watch more, watch Adeni Ajishafe on 360 Sports. That will be by 10 a.m. and that's one of the most interesting shows you would watch on Trust TV. Now it's time for us to say bye to you. That's our show for today. In case you've missed, you can always catch up across all our social media platforms and also watch us live on YouTube. My name is Ayuba Ilya. Join us tomorrow for another time.
Thank you for joining us again this morning. Do the same tomorrow. My name is Stella Iyaji, and do have a very pleasant day.